Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage. Today we're going to try to start the engine on this go-kart. It's actually called a Bo-kart. A Bo-kart is a Danish off-road go-kart, which is, I think the philosophy is to keep it as simple as possible and as fun as possible and as easy to maintain as possible. At least it seems as though. They started making these back in 1990. And I think they are still making them, most likely not in this design, but still by the name Bo-kart. Anyway, my task is to try to get this to run. I'm not going to make a series on this one, at least I don't think so for the channel. I'm only going to make a video getting it to run again. And that is actually pretty much the only thing that is wrong with it, pretty much, I think. The other thing is that the chain needs to be lubricated at least or changed, and the tires needs to be changed at least. This one seems to have some kind of differential system, but it doesn't really seem to be working all that well. This tire is a lot more worn than the one over here, even though it seems to be a pretty solid axle. But anyway, the task for today is to try to get this engine to run. And this engine has nothing to do with the firm Bo-kart really. It's a Honda engine. It's a 5.5 horsepower GX 160 Honda engine. And they tend to be pretty damn reliable. So I don't think it's going to be that difficult to get this to run, but you never know. What I know about this Bo-kart is that it has not been running for 10 years. That means that the fuel, even though there is some fuel in this tank, will be no good at all. I don't know the exact expiring date on fuel. I only know that in the last few years, the fuel tends to be less and less able to withstand age. Old fuel, especially really old fuel with lead in it, tend to last a lot longer. But new fuels, I tend to take the fuel out of my mopeds, for instance, if I'm not going to ride it for half a year or something like that, because it tends to not really work. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have to change the gas in this, because as far as I know, it's 10 years ago it's been run last. And as far as I know, they stopped using it because of the tires, a puncture and a worn down tire. So I don't think much is going to be wrong with it. I'm going to clean it up just to make it look a bit better and not to get dirt everywhere. And then we'll get to work. So it would be pretty stupid not to try to start it before taking everything apart. Of course, it's a good idea to check the oil level. Also, we're going to change the oil, but I'd like to run it for a while to get it hot before changing it. So this is fine, but I wonder if that is only the transfer case. Yeah, there's an oil thingy over here as well. Let's try to see if it is able to run. I get the smell of old fuel, so I think maybe there's old fuel in the cardboard and new fuel in here. I'd like to check for spark before doing much more. Can you see the spark plug right there? I don't know if you can, but we got a very healthy spark on the spark plugs. So let's start the carb teardown process to assess that and clean it, because I think we are going to find that that is our problem, hopefully. At least one of the problems. Like that. That's the airbox assembly off. And yeah, this is the breather from the valve cover. I think we can actually just pull it off now. Of course, we need to disengage the throttle and the fuel line. There's a horrible smell of, well, also taste, I think, but smell of old fuel now. So I am pretty sure we're just going to find a gummed up carb from old fuel that needs to be cleaned. Like that. And there we go. A lot of fuel is coming out. Oh. There we go. So let's see what we got. Firstly, let's remove the fuel ball, if we can. Well, at least some fuel was in it, and it's not completely solid, but it's smelling extremely bad. Well, yeah, we have some cleaning to do. I have to admit that I really like the smell of fuel, but old fuel, that's not very nice. Going to strip the carb completely down and put it in a ultrasonic cleaner, because it is so full of gunk. But still, I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that's wrong with it. Right there. Well, we already have the issue. Let me show you. Fuel is supposed to go through this little hole. This is a bit difficult to show. But no way is fuel going through this hole at the moment. It's completely clogged. So I don't know if it shows. Yeah, it does. Now we have a hole through the jet, which is needed for the fuel, of course. Let's continue the strip down. This is what shuts the fuel on and off. So those holes were not clogged. And this is most likely a fuel filter of some sort. No, I don't really know what that is, other than a pre-float ball or some sort. I actually think I'm not going to take it down any further than this. I'm just going to throw this in the ultrasonic cleaner and then take it back when it's done and assess it. So I gave it a bath in the world's smallest ultrasonic cleaner, and now it should be ready to be reassembled. So let's get going with that. It's not completely clean because it's not the best cleaner, ultrasonic cleaner in the world, but it does the job. First, let's fit the jet that was plugged. And then this little fuel tap thingy. A lot of brake cleaner just fell out because I used that to clean the passages. No. Let's go put it back on the go-kart. And then it's just a matter of putting this one over here and remembering to fit this into right there. I think I'm going to have to move a bit quickly with this one. And I failed quite badly at that. And then these. That's it. Do you think it works? So everything is connected up now. And hopefully it works. I removed the chain because it was so stiff, so I have put that in some oil mix to free it up. So the wheels will not spin if the engine turns on. But let's try it out. Fuel tab is on, choke on. Ta-da! So that was a pretty easy fix. And this is very often the case on engines that has been standing for a long time. The fuel tends to get completely solid and gums up the carb. And very often it's just a matter of taking it apart, making sure that the jets is unplugged and clean everything up, change the gasoline if it's old, put it back together, and very often it works again. And this is one of the main reasons, in my belief, that people throw out lawnmowers and different garden equipment each and every year. They put it away for the winter, at least in my country. You don't move the lawn in the winter. And then when spring comes, they go to start it, it doesn't work, they throw it out and buy a new one. And it's a shame because this is not a very difficult thing to do, actually. Of course, it seems to be pretty complicated when you take a look at the carb for the first time. But take some pictures and just go slowly. It's pretty easy. And if you mess up, it's not worse than throwing it out in the first place. So give it a try. And just trying is the way I learned everything I know in the mechanical department. I have no education whatsoever. And I do make many mistakes, but I learn each and every time. I think this is going to be the only video on this one. This is not mine. I'm just helping someone out with this. But I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be having a lot of fun in this, hopefully. There's some other stuff that needs to be done. I just saw that the front wheel is bent a little bit. This car has most likely been in a little crash, so I have to do some bending back and adjusting the wheel alignment and changing the oil and the engine, of course. And yeah, then it should be pretty much ready to go. But I don't think I'm going to make any more videos. But I thought it would be fun to just show you how I try to fix an engine that has been not running for a long time. And just to say it again, this is a very good engine. The Honda engines, they're pretty hard to destroy, and it's very often just something like this that is wrong. They very rarely seize or anything like that. If they do, it's a completely different operation than this. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.